Rant and Rave, where it's all Raptors good or bad. I'm your host, Ryan Knight. Glad to have you with us. Aww, who's that crying again? Yes, Vince Carter. Not even Jason Kidd can't take it and wants to leave. Hey, hate to tell you, New Jersey fans, but we told you so. Meanwhile, the Raptors are finally starting to hit stride, going 3-2 over that brutal 5 games in 7 nights, beating Portland, Sacramento, and Atlanta, only losing to Detroit and Philly on the back end of that, coming into their game versus Boston.
The Toronto Raptors versus the Boston Celtics. Boston looking to sweep the Raptors in the season series. The Raptors with only 1 win in their last 10 trips to Beantown, and the Celtics waste no time, dropping KG bomb after bomb, fed twice by Ray Allen. Garnett had 12 in the quarter. Barney spots up for the triple and matches his last 3-game average of 3 points with just 1 shot. He had 10 in the first. The Celtics forgot to bring their umbrellas as it started raining threes, Raptors draining 6 in the half, leading by 2 going into recess. Il Mago looking aggressive, drives and hits the reverse. Tick tick sweep boom, and then Barney steps back for the gimme triple. But the Raps trailed by 7 going into the final frame. Where I hope you didn't put away your umbrellas, because the Raptors hit 15 3-pointers in this one. Boston just up by 3. Tick tick kabosh, CP4 brings it within 1, and Jose gave us the lead, but after a house miss, Ray Allen sticks back the rebound. The Celtics are up by 1, but Jose takes over. Tick tick boom baby, hits the bucket and gets the chop. He hits the 3-point play, and the Raptors are up by 2, and it's time to hold your breath. And it's no good. The Raptors win for the first time against Boston this season, 114-112. Calderon had a huge 24 points and 13 assists, while Bosh had a solid 23 and 7 boards. Raptors beat Boston. It's time to gain some momentum. The Toronto Raptors versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Andrea coming off a solid 20-point game versus the Celtics. The 05 first overall pick up against the 06 first overall pick in Bogut. Bogut early on was manhandling Barney, and while Andrea struggled with his focus, Bogut continued his solid play up until he ran into foul trouble early on and had to sit down. Charlie Villanueva trying to make up for the slack and stick it to his former team. Sticks to Jay, he finished with 12 on the day. But watch here as he admires his rim job and lets Bosh leak out down the floor for the uncontested dunk. Tick tick boom baby, Bosh with 19 in the first half. The Inferno starts to heat up, nailing the triple. Raps by 5 at the half. In the third quarter, the Raptors turn it on with the big man Bogut stuck down low. Barney drains the extra point jumper. And after a sexy feed from Bosh, Andrea finishes with a heavy dunk. Il Mago finished with 13 points in the game. Bosh making it look easy with the turnaround jumper. Piece of cake. CB4 had a game high 32. Raptors hand it to the Bucks. The Bucks couldn't get it up on this night, losing by 31, 106-75.
Now, as we anticipate Jamario Moon in the dunk competition and wait for CB4 to tear it up at the All-Star game, we can take an official look back at the first half of the season and grade our beloved Raptors with the help of RaptorsChat.ca.
Let's grade our Raptors, eh? Now Chris Bosh. A slow start, some great performances, but I want to see him improve in man-to-man defense, and he must learn how to pass. Caps Lock gives him an A. Jose Calderon. No words can describe how well he has played this season. On the offensive end, his ability to run the offense and a consistent jump shot is very similar to 2-time MVP and Canadian Steve Nash. He has the vision and the basketball IQ of a Jason Kidd, and the agility and the skills to penetrate in the heart of the lane of a Tony Parker. His only flaws on the defensive end, where he's an average defender at best. However, he has surely come a long way, and he has filled in admirably for the injured TJ Ford. Vinsanity says, overall grade of an A. Anthony Parker. He's been consistent threat on both ends, a solid team player. Just love the guy. Go Red, Go Raptors gives him a A-, B+. Carlos Delfino. Someone solid, but a bit streaky with the shot. Glad he's on fire with the shot lately. Decent defender, but not great yet. Nerdo gives him a B. Jamario Moon. I still shudder every time he hoists it up, but his athleticism and enthusiasm has been a welcome addition. Mellow Gold says a B. Chris Humphries, definitely exceeding expectations. D is a bit sloppy and I wince whenever he takes a shot, but he's still a piece of the puzzle, in my opinion. Just a high energy guy that does everything our team lacks in. Point Tro gives him a B, B-. Rasho Nesterovic, solid veteran, does the best he can with his limited athleticism. Won't get many minutes on a team praying for Andrea Bargnani to grow up. I'm gonna rank him lower cause he's got an expensive contract. Bobman gives him an overall grade of a C. Jason Capono. Capono is definitely teasing. Raps on the rise, probably a C. Andrea Bargnani, very inconsistent, having a bad year. Let's hope he can recover and play the way he has in the past few games. Go Red, Go Raptors gives him a C-. Juan Dixon, trade material, an undersized shooting guard who couldn't defend or pass the ball to save his life. Caps Lock says a D+ as a shooting guard and an F as a point guard. Derek Martin, the next assistant coach for an NBA team. Clearly Father Time has caught up with D-Mart. It would not surprise me if he cleared waivers, but I gotta give him kudos for one thing. His veteran presence around Jose and TJ have helped them elevate their game. Joey Graham. Joey just doesn't belong here. We chose him over Danny Granger? Life goes on, but I still can't believe we essentially traded him for Wimp Carter. He's all that's left of that trade. Point Tro. D, D-. Maceo Baston. The mystery man has been good at keeping his identity hidden. With limited minutes, which only came at the beginning due to some injuries, he hasn't been able to break into the lineup. We don't even have an action shot of this guy. Sorry, but nighttime, I give him an E. Jorge Garbajosa. Pressure from his hometown has hurt us, but it may have hurt him more. Now he'll have to find his way back into the lineup and will miss a whole year. Nighttime gives him a not applicable. TJ Ford definitely had an A before his injury, but gets it incomplete for the first half. And our head coach, Sam Mitchell. Nobody knows why he does what he does, but he seems to win games, no matter what or who gets injured, or who decides to start sucking for no reason. He's cranky, but he seems to get results. Bobman says an overall grade of a B-. Now as for the Raptors, we'd have to give them a B. They've been decent, but I think we're all expecting more. If they continue this run, we'll probably be finishing around 5th or 6th. But if they turn it on like they did last year after the All-Star break, we could definitely bump up into that 4th spot.
This is Nighttime with the Raptors Rant. Now, all I'm saying is, why lie? What's wrong with my boy Il Mago, people? Yo, I love him to death, but he has a couple of decent games and all is forgotten and forgiven? Nah, it doesn't work like that. I mean, sure, he puts up some points, but he's still disappearing around the rim. I just don't understand how a cat 7 foot lets guys half a foot shorter than him out-rebound him, out-block him, and God forbid dunk on him. Nah, something's gotta change. We need to get some aggression into this boy. And am I the only person that doesn't give a pea's nut about how high Jamario Moon can jump? I mean, he can't drive the lane, he dribbles like there's a boot on his tire, and all I'm asking is, just don't lie. If he can't drive the lane, can't hit a fall-away jumper, just tell me, I can take it. Nighttime out. Remember, impotence is a sin. Peace! And thank you for listening to the Raptors Rant and Rave. I've been your host, Ryan Knight, and be sure to join RaptorsChat.ca, where you can voice your opinion and maybe even get it read on the air. So until next time, remember, you are what you do the most. So be like Bosch and Kabosh! Peace!